Okay, it's time for major change. And I don't mean my haircut. I did just get it cut. But I'm talking about major chords. I was driving my 5-year-old to school yesterday, and I was playing Spotify, and I put on this thing, and she says, "Daddy, is this jazz?" And I said, "Well, it's kind of jazz, but not really." She says, "Well, I recognize it, but I don't know this." And I said, "Yeah, it was actually a Pat Metheny tune, but it's this guy, sax player Michael Brecker, playing over it. It's called Song for Bilbao." Let me play you a little bit of the song so you can get a feel for how it goes. At C7, sus4, G flat major 7 or 13, back to C7, sus4. Okay? So this is the A second time through the A section. Now here comes the bridge with the major chords right here. And then back to the A section again, the C sus to G flat. So that's the whole melody there. Let me play you that section of major chords from the bridge on the piano. F major, B flat major, then it goes E flat major, F major, then D flat, E flat, F, G, and then it goes back to a C7 sus. So it's a series of major chords. They're all, the first one's not a step away, so you go F to B flat, right? So it'd be 5-1 and B flat. But then you've got E flat to F. Okay, so that would be a 4 to 5. So anytime you have two major chords a whole step apart, it's always 4-5. Then you've got D flat, E flat, then F, G, and then you're back to C7. I actually refer to these kind of progressions as jazz kryptonite, a series of major chords. Not major sevens, not dominant sevens, just straight major chords. Most jazz players really don't know what to do with that because they're just not used to playing on them, especially when they're all in succession like that. Let's check out the different approaches between Michael Brecker on the sax, Joey Calderazzo on the piano, and then Pat Metheny's solo. Brecker, the first time through, right here. Well, that's just the melody. So he doesn't even solo over that. He just avoids it and just sticks to the melody. So he's not playing over those. The second time through in his solo, he plays this. Okay, let's look at an analysis of what Michael Brecker plays this time through on the bridge. In blue are the chord tones. In red are the non-chord tones or the scale tones. And then green are the tension notes. For example, on the C7 sus4, the note F is the chord tone. It's the fourth. But E, the third of the chord, is actually a tension note. So let's take a look at it. As you can see, there's a lot of blue. All those blues, you got the third on the F chord, you get the fifth, you get the root on the B flat chord, but then you have the sixth in the first bar on the B flat chord. So you've got a few non-chord tones. You see those red? You see the second on the E flat chord. But pretty much it's all blue until you get to that second line, and then you have that lead-in line to the C7 chord. Starting on the note F on the and of 2, he's actually leading the listener by implying the sound of the C7 sus4. It's simply an anticipation of the C7 chord. But as you can see, it's almost all chord tones. That's why it sounds great. Let's hear it again. Then you get to the piano solo, and the pianist is Joey Calderazzo. When it gets to the bridge during his solo, he's playing over the A section, no problem. Then it gets to the bridge, those major chords, I'm thinking, oh, what's he going to play here? And this is what he plays. Right here. Nothing. Just plays the chords. He just avoids it like he's playing on a backing track. He's probably freaked out by this. He probably just got the chart before this and he's thinking, oh, what do I play over major chords? These guys are pros, right? Well, I'm thinking, okay, what's he going to play the second time through? He's going to play some lines, right? And this is what he plays the second time. Right here. So the second time through, he just plays the chords again. So nothing. There's no soloing over that. He just avoids that. Now, Metheny, when it gets to his, he's a pro at playing over major chords. Okay, these are just major chords, you know? You think, okay, this is really easy, especially for these great jazz players. No problem. Here it is. That sounds amazing. You can tell from listening to it that it's pleasing to the ear, and because of that, you know that he's playing mainly chord tones. As a matter of fact, he plays all chord tones. Let's take a look at the analysis. You see that there's a pickup at the end of the C7 sus4 chord, and it goes F, G, A. Well, that belongs to the F major chord. So that's 1, 2, 3 of an F major chord, right? The root, the ninth, and the third. After that, other than that G, it's all blue, meaning it is all chord tones. Listen to this one again and listen to how well it flows. That's the reason that it sounds so good. He's a pro at doing this. There's no hesitation. It doesn't sound like any patterns. It's not like Coltrane when you hear. Back when I was in school, they used to call these digital patterns, I think just because they use your digits, your fingers. But there are mainly 1, 2, 3, 5 patterns over the chord progressions on B major 7. 1, 2, 3, 5. Then you go D7. He's going 1, 2, 3, 5. G major 7. 1, 2, 3, 5. B flat 7. 1, 2, 3, 5. And then I went down on the E flat major 7 chord, just right down the E flat major triad. Pat's solo just weaves through the chord changes, and it doesn't sound like patterns put together. It's just a melody. Let's check out the next time he plays through the bridge. Let's take a listen to it one more time. Let's take a look at the analysis of this solo. So it begins on the C7 sus4 with the 5th, the 4th, and then the 3rd. The 3rd being a tension note, which is why it's in green, because the sus4 is in the chord, so the 3rd is actually dissonant against that. Then you have the 2nd, which is a non-chord tone. That's just, we're going right down the scale of C mixolydian scale. We hit the F chord, we start to have a lot of chord tones again. We have a couple more non-chord tones, so we have the 5th of the F chord, then the 6th, going to the flat 7. I call the flat 7 a chord tone here. And then the 9th, I'm including the 9th as part of the F major chord because that's really an F sound that he's still on. And then we hit that 5th of the B flat chord, and the rest of it is pretty much chord tones until you get to the E flat major chord in the 4th bar, which you have the sharp 11 or the sharp 4 on it. But all the rest are chord tones. Once again, this gives it its natural flow. Let's take a listen to it one more time. Okay, so we've established it's actually not easy to play over major chords that move around really quickly. Metheny is able to do it effortlessly. Brecker is excellent at doing it, but a lot of jazz players, just a lot of players in general, can't do that. I'm not talking about sweep picking like Yngwie. That would sound ridiculous. I'm talking about, this is actually in 3/4 time, so we're talking about a chord progression that's going. So what you have to do first to practice is you take 3-note triad groupings like this. F, B flat, then I'm going E flat, F, D flat, E flat, F, G to C sus there. And then just start out by practicing connecting those. Okay, so I did F, then I went right into B flat, then to E flat, down F major, and then D flat major, E flat major, F major, G, and then to C. Okay, so it's really. So I did F, B flat, E flat, F, then D flat, E flat, F. That's how I would practice it. I do it on all groupings of strings. I would do it on your whatever instrument you have and just try to connect the triads. Before you even try to play melodies, you need to learn how to connect just the notes of the triads. Try and go to the closest note available. And try to always play things that actually sound like they are resolving to the right spot. That's a great way of practicing. That's all for now. Please subscribe here to my Everything Music YouTube channel. If you're interested in the Beato book, which has ideas like this all through it, go to my website at www.rickbeato.com and think about becoming a member of the Beato Club. That's our version of Patreon. That's a way to support the channel if you really believe in it, and there's a lot of extra content that you can get through it. Thanks for watching.